Hello, guys, and welcome to The Entrant. We don't just make you learn, we make you learn better. Let's start our learning. In this video, we shall learn few elements of directing. Let's see the concepts in leadership and communication. Leadership, it is the activity of influencing people to strive with willingness for group objectives. Let's see the features of leadership. A leader must have the ability to influence others and try to bring the change between their behaviors. It indicates interpersonal relations between leaders and followers. It is a continuous process. It is exercised to achieve common goals. Importance of leadership. It influences behavior of people. A leader should maintain personal relationships with followers to make greater influence. Through leadership, a person can introduce changes without resistance of employees and handle conflicts effectively. It helps and provide training to subordinates. Let's see the qualities a good leader should have. Physical features. It doesn't mean color or beauty. It means the ability shown in face itself. Knowledge. Only if the leader has knowledge, he or she will be able to lead. Integrity and leader must be able to take initiatives and have good communication skills. The leader must have good motivation skills to motivate others. He or she must also have self-confidence and social skills and have the ability to take decisions by themselves. Let's see the styles of leadership. Autocratic. A best example for this is Hitler. In this type of leadership, people are required to listen whatever the leader says. Democratic. In this type of leadership, people are allowed to give suggestion and have participation in changes. Free rein leadership. In this type, the leader is friendly and allows subordinates to take some sort of decisions by themselves. The last element of directing is communication. It is the process by which people create and share information with one another in order to reach some common understanding. There are few elements of communication. For this, just say you are sending a message to your friend. Here, you are the sender. What you are sending is the message. It will get converted to codes. That is ending, and the media may be the app you are sending the message in. And it reaches your friend after code is changed to message. That is decoding. And your friend is a receiver. And after that, you will receive feedback from your friend. And after that, you will have noise for it. Importance of communication. It acts as a basis for decision making. It increases managerial efficiency. Communication promotes cooperation and industrial peace. It establishes effective leadership. It boosts morale and provides motivation. Communication helps in smooth working of the enterprise. It acts as a basis for coordination. Formal and informal communication. First, let's see formal communication. Chain. Here the communication network goes from top to bottom step by step. Wheel. From the higher official, it directly goes to the next level of officials. Circular. There is circular flow of communication in this. Free flow. In this, information can be transmitted from anybody to anybody. Inverted V. In this network, a subordinate is allowed to communicate with his immediate superior alone, and if prescribed, he is allowed to communicate to the next superior alone. Informal communication. It is also known as grapevine network. In single strand, there is a sequence of communication. In gossip network, communication is done in a non-selective basis. Probability network is where individual randomly communicates. Cluster network is when the individual communicates with whom he or she trusts. Barriers to communication. There are several barriers to communication. The first type of barrier is semantic barriers. Under this, the barriers are badly expressed message, symbols with different meanings, faulty translations, body language and gesture decoding, technical jargon, and unclarified assumptions. The second type of barrier is psychological barrier. Under this, the barriers are premature evaluation, loss by transmission and poor retention, lack of attention and distrust. The next type of barrier is organizational barriers. Under this, the barriers are organizational policy, rules and regulations, status, complexity in the organization structure, and organizational facilities. The personal barriers for communication are fear of challenge to authority, lack of confidence, unwillingness to communicate, and lack of proper incentives. Now, let's know what should be done to improve communication. Clarify the ideas before communication. Communicate according to the needs of the receiver. Consult others before communicating. Be aware of languages, tone, and content of the message. Convey things of help and value to listeners. Ensure proper feedback. Communicate for present as well as future. Follow up communication and be a good listener. And that brings us to the end of this video. Hope you found this video understandable. Thank you.